I very much doubt you expected another video from me today, and in all honesty, I didn't expect to be making another video today, but something's cropped up, something that I want to address, something I want to talk about, and it's a comment that I received on my most recent video. Now, the most recent video I put out, if you've watched it, is about me opening up personally about my teenage years and the struggles I had and blah, 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 and how it led to a better life and all the rest of it, right? So I actually think it's quite an important video. I think it's quite a useful video, and hopefully it helps some people out. But it has attracted a comment which has led me to want to respond, and I'm sure, and I really appreciate these people, there will be some people in the comments that say, oh, you don't need to respond, you don't need to, reply to people, you don't need to explain yourself. But I do want to explain myself, because for every person who comments something negative, I'm sure there are multiple people thinking something negative. Again, I will take a slight aside and say, look, if you want to talk about the quality of my videos, if you want to talk about something that I haven't mentioned, if you want to question my opinions or give a different point of view and say that you think that I'm wrong, that's absolutely fine. In fact, I love it, because that gives me ideas for future videos, it gives us conversation points, and it helps us bounce off each other and maybe, learn something new. But this person said, unsubscribing. And I'm going to add punctuation where this person basically decided to leave out any kind of punctuation or logic. Unsubscribing, you're turning into a bad comment and put about 20 adverts, it's obvious. Have you been gambling again and having to put so much ads for money? Now, if we take away the poor spelling, punctuation and grammar, then what we can see is this person's basically saying, look, the video you watched recently had adverts on it. Therefore, I'm monetizing my own situation, my own experience, my own pain, and also your situations, the guys watching this video, in order to make money, possibly to cover up a current gambling addiction. Multiple points I need to make about this. Firstly, the money I make from this channel will in no way even scratch the edge of the gambling addiction I used to have. All right. Now, I can't talk. I don't think I'm allowed to talk technically about how much money the channel makes and SPM, whatever it's called, CPM, that's it. But needless to say, my money from this YouTube channel is, if I'm lucky, if I have a really good month and make loads of videos, just about creeps into 3 figures. Okay, this is UK sterling. So the money I could make doing other things with the same time I spend on this channel far outweighs the money I make from this channel. But yes, I do monetize this channel. Yes, you will probably see adverts, unless you've got YouTube Premium, pop up at the beginning, middle and end of this video, right? And I make no secret of that. I do that because if on the off chance this channel grows and grows and grows and continues to grow thanks to the support of people like you watching this, right? If it continues to grow, then I can actually use this as a slight form of income. And that form of income I can use to offset the time I have to spend making other forms of income to keep the roof over my head and feed my family, to make more videos, to get in front of other people, to expand my mission, if you will, and get in front of more people talking about addiction and gambling and all these other bad things, right, that I want to try and address. So yes, it is monetized. Yes, I do have a Patreon. The link will be in the description below, by the way. Thanks very much. But again, that pays even less than the YouTube does. Right? If this was a monetary thing, if this was a business venture, then I would be far better off binning off the whole channel and doing something else, even working a minimum wage job with the time I spend on this channel, in order to, reward me financially. But I don't. So yes, there are adverts on the chat videos. Yes, that is my choice. I do just click the monetize button. You know what? I won't lie. I'm a bit lazy. I've not dug into all the options of the monetization. It literally, YouTube, when you upload a video, says, do you want to monetize this video? And I go, yeah, I'll monetize the video. And sometimes I don't use that money for great things. Sometimes I don't use it to, do better things and outreach and charity and all the rest of it. Sometimes I do. But sometimes I maybe have a meal out with my wife once a month. Okay? Yes, because that's what people do. Because we're human beings and we have to live and we have to try and balance things. Like I say, easiest thing in the world for me to do would bin this channel off. All right? It's never going to make substantial money because it's the subject matter. If I made a pro gambling channel, like uploading slot videos and all the rest of it, and I'm not outwardly slagging off anyone who does that, all right, that's a subject for another day. But if I did that, I'd make a hell of a lot more money than I am doing this. So if you want to unsubscribe, unsubscribe. All right? If you subscribe to this channel in the first place, you did it for a reason. Anyone who subscribes to this channel does it for a reason. It's either because they resonate with what I'm talking about. Hopefully, And I do have a lot of comments to back this up. Hopefully, what I'm doing is helping people in their recoveries in some way, whether it's to get onto a recovery or stay on the path of recovery, or if nothing else, as I often say, it's giving you the idea and it's reaffirming the fact that you're not alone in the situation you're in. And that's kind of what I'm doing, because when I was struggling the most with my gambling addiction, I reached out. I looked for people. I wanted to hear from people like myself who were in the situation like myself and suffering in the same way that I was suffering. And actually, had I found someone like me, and ironically that's what I talked about in my last video, albeit in a different context, had I found someone like me, then that would have made me feel less alone. And that's kind of what I want to do. So I'm ranting, all right? And I'm ranting because the fact is that I make a few pennies off this channel. And that doesn't mean that I don't appreciate the people who subscribe, the people who, like and comment and do all that sort of stuff that helps the YouTube algorithm. Everyone who subscribes to my Patreon, yes, I really appreciate that. Of course I do, because it means I can upgrade my laptop. You might notice the videos have got slightly better, right? But the cost of this new laptop that I'm currently using, this new MacBook, is more than any money I've ever earned on this channel. Completely, totally, right? Every penny I've ever earned on this channel, I spent more on this new MacBook, so I could process videos quicker, upload them quicker, have a better inbuilt camera. Yes, I'd love to be in a position where I could spend the rest of my life helping people, talking to people, and talking about my experiences and helping put people on a better path, and doing that for a living. Can you imagine how amazing that would be? I'd love to do that. I don't want to do it by the official routes, because I find that the official counselling guidance and stuff is quite stifling. I'd love to do this for a living. I very much doubt I'll ever be able to, but everyone who supports the channel, everyone who just clicks like and subscribe and comments and signs up to the Patreon, whatever, you really, really do help me. And you mean that every tiny bit of extra money, if it's £3 a month, right, I can siphon that £3 a month's worth of effort and time from some other part of my life into this part of my life so I can do more of this. But if you think I genuinely care that you've unsubscribed, that's fine. If I was helpful to you, if when you subscribed the first time is because you thought I was useful and you thought that the videos were helping and they were helping a recovery, then I'm really pleased about that. And if you've unsubscribed because of a couple of videos at the front end of the my chatting, then well, I get the feeling you're only harming yourself. Yes, of course I don't want people to unsubscribe. Yes, of course I want to build the subscriber base and reach more people. But this idea that I'm doing this just to milk my subscribers is absolutely ridiculous. If I wanted to do this, I would have just put the Bandit's name in the title of this video. I would have said, oh, the Bandit's a fake guy and he's blah, blah, blah. But I haven't done that. Everything I talk about is legitimate. And yes, maybe sometimes it's sensationalised, the thumbnails and the titles, because it gets people to click on them. It gets people who are in the situation that I was in to click on the videos, and hopefully it will help them. All right? Now, I know, like I say, some people are going to watch this video and say, oh, well, Phil, you don't need to defend yourself. You helped me, and I really appreciate that, and I really, really do. And when I had that little tete with Craig Slots, not, years ago now, some of you guys came out and you were so supportive, but it's not about that. To me, it's just about sort of trying to help people. And if I can get to a point, like I've said probably 17 times already in this video, right? If I can get to a point where I'm talking to people, helping people, and sharing my experiences with people for a living, and actually make enough money to keep a roof over my head, feed my family, and do this, that'd be fucking amazing. All right, but I don't expect it. I don't expect it just because it's just the nature of the beast. Pro gambling stuff is always going to attract far more interest, far more traction than anti-gambling stuff. And I'm sure there would be a dodgy, backhanded gambling company, and actually I've got a video about that coming up, by the way, who would buy this channel just to actively promote to, dare I say, people who maybe have a bad relationship with gambling. But I would never do that. What I will do is monetize the videos. Allow YouTube to put a couple of adverts on my videos. Promote my Patreon link. Because a lot of people want to support me and want to support what I do. And I don't think there's anything necessarily bad in that. It just frees me up to do more of what I do. So my apologies for an extra bonus video. Apologies, it's a bit of a rant. But like I say, for everyone who posts a negative comment, there will be other people thinking it. So I just wanted to address it. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane. There will be a Patreon link in the description below, ironically, and I'll see you soon. All the best.